Finally, the much awaited Gaza peace plan is moving ahead. And in order to take forward the peace plan and find a permanent solution to the problem of Israel and Palestine, a peace summit is being conducted at this place which is called as Sharm el-Sheikh. And the Sharm el-Sheikh is present in Egypt. In fact, the important attendees to the Sharm el-Sheikh summit are none other than the American President Donald Trump, who in fact played a critical role in the peace agreement, along with the President of Egypt by the name of Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, and along with that, the UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, and along with that, French President Emmanuel Macron, along with the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres. So all of these people are attending the summit, and even the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji was invited. But Narendra Modi ji, because of the short notice, he has in fact denied the request to attend the session, whereas the Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif is one of the attendees of the summit. And along with that, the Indian government has decided that it is better to send our External Affairs Minister of State for External Affairs, that is none other than 𝐾𝐸𝐧𝐥𝐸𝐧𝐢𝐧𝐠. So, and we need to understand that even though the peace process has started with the release of hostages, along with the withdrawal of Israeli troops, and the more important challenges like, so in fact, de-arming of Hamas and finding a permanent solution in the two-nation solution for Israel and Palestine is much more important. And in this, Egypt, USA, along with Qatar are playing a very important role. And very interestingly, to the peace summit, both Israel and Hamas are not invited. So this is the peculiarity of the summit. The Indian government is giving a major push to the Indian enterprise Zoho. In fact, we know very well that Zoho is an organization which provides multiple internet-based services to its customers. And the Indian government, in the interest of Atmanirbhar and Swadeshi Bharat, is giving a major push to Zoho. Recently, the Indian IT minister also spoke about the benefits of using Zoho. And today, the Indian government has made a decision that all the government employees who are present in India, they should use the email services of Zoho rather than depending on any foreign-based email services. The reason for this is, first and foremost, it will reduce our dependence on foreign tech companies. And the second important benefit is we will have the control over the data of these emails. And we know very well that many foreign MNCs are also providing the information to their own governments in order to spy upon India, and the government communication should be secure. That is the reason why the data should be stored within India, upholding the principles of data sovereignty. Then over and above this, the third important thing that is going to happen is it is much more cost effective, and we also have scale advantages because of this. And along with this, there is also this important thing, that is Indian government wants to push domestic software companies, and this is a major signal to the Indian consumers also to use Indian products, primarily because in light of the tariff war with USA, so it's always better to have some domestic alternative to the global MNC giants, which is being followed by China also, wherein the Chinese have their own domestic messaging platforms, email platforms, Twitter, every major MNC of the world, it has its carbon copy in China. Similarly, we also should develop these things. Then along with that, the government is also planning to give a lot many incentives and contracts to Zoho, primarily because Zoho also promised to the Indian government that it is planning to establish a semiconductor fabrication facility. So that is the reason why promoting the Indian alternatives in the name of Atmanirbhar Bharat and Swadeshi is very important. But at the same time, we should remember that the service provision of Zoho also should be up to the mark. It should not let down the Indian consumers. Then only it is going to become successful in the long run. India's and probably the world's first semiconductor innovation museum has been set up in the city of Hyderabad by 𝐃𝐸𝐴, that is Technology Chip Innovation Program in Hyderabad. In fact, this is a significant breakthrough, and the semiconductor museum which has been set up in India is going to showcase AI-powered humanoid robots, robotic pet companions. Along with that, it is also going to show India's first indigenous AI chip, a reusable rocket engine, and along with that, next generation EV and display systems, along with the nanotechnology based water purification systems. Along with that, this museum has the unique capability in order to host any private innovations too. It has a program which is called as 30-day innovation residency model, wherein startups, research institutions and global innovators, they can showcase their work so that they can connect with the consumers, they can connect with the academia and also investors. It is going to act something like an innovation display mechanism. And along with that, this is also, in fact, a very, very important step taken in the line of establishing India as a self-reliant India, particularly in semiconductor manufacturing, as we know very well that semiconductors is the future of IT industry, and the India's domestic semiconductor manufacturing capability is very limited. So these kind of steps like Semiconductor Museum are going to help us in the long run. The Nobel Prize in Economics for the year 2025 has been awarded to 3 individuals, that is Zoel Mokir, Philippe Aghion and Peter Howitt. These are the 3 individuals who in fact explained the idea of innovation-driven economic growth. These are the 3 individuals, particularly if you look at the work of Zoel. He in fact spoke about how technology-led innovation post-industrial revolution in England has led to a sustained phase of growth in world economy. On the other side, the 2 other people, that is Philippi and Peter Howitt, they in fact talked about the concept of sustained growth through creative destruction. In fact, we know very well that economy is in the process of sustained growth from a long period in world history, primarily because of technological breakthroughs. And along with that, there is also creative disruption in or creative destruction in any phase. We know it very well that, okay, the creative destruction has happened over a period of time wherein, okay, what has been considered to be a standard product at one point of time has been broken by new innovation, which led to more innovation and sustained growth. So these are the theories which have been spoken by these people. And along with that, okay, this also gives us a lot of policy relevance, particularly in line with artificial intelligence, which is considered to be a creative destruction, which might lead to loss of a lot many jobs, but it will definitely lead to more sustained growth for India. So this is something that we need to remember. Thank you.